Bob, here we are again.
I know, it's
Mary
great to see
Poppins
you.
Returns again.
I know, again.
Again. It seems like you've been this has been your life. I mean, from your filmography to what you're doing now, from your background in music and the stage and dance. Have you been training for this movie your whole life?
It's such a great question, and you know what? I guess I have. I really have. I mean, I've been dying to do for many, many years now an original musical for film. And so to be able to do it with this one, especially because the first film means so, so much to me, it was, and I knew the bar is so high
Sure.
that I just wanted to do it with every ounce and every inch in me. And to be able to gather this kind of team, this kind of cast, to do it this way, you know, with Disney's incredible support behind me, I mean, I will say this was a dream come true. And it was a 3-year process, but I have to say, I loved escaping into the world of Cherry Tree Lane. For me personally, especially in the world today,
Right.
I was so happy to go there and to bring this story to life.
One thing I love about the film is the 2D animation. And I know that that's traditional 2D animation, and that's kind of a lost art. So can you talk, I mean, what better place than at Disney,
Oh
right,
my
to find
gosh.
2D animators?
I know, the animation building's right there,
Right, but was that really hard to find animators that actually knew that style of animation? Because it's so kind of a lost art.
It is a lost art, and I will say that everybody was so excited when I said I want to do 2D hand-drawn animation for this, and people were so excited because it's so fresh and so new again. But you're absolutely right, because it was hard to find animators who knew that. So we did a lot of looking, and a lot of guys came out of retirement
Wow.
to do it, and a lot of wonderful artists also that were young, who are interested in the old school style, came on board too. So you had these sort of older folks, and then you had this younger team of people who are excited about that. I mean, it's that classic thing, you know, the drawing every frame, flip,
Yeah.
and all of that you do. I mean, and I think you feel the artistry. I think you feel it. I think there's nothing like seeing it. And then to see it with live actors, you know, it's thrilling.
I also know that you were one of the choreographers on the film as well. What was the biggest challenge of adapting what you know now to the style of Mary Poppins, 54 years ago?
Wow. Well, you know what? I will say that I was anxious to do, I mean, in terms of choreography, there's a lot of choreography, but the big, huge dance number, Triple Little Light Fantastic, is an 8-minute sequence, and that was my dream in my whole life, to do a big, huge production number of that scale with, you know, athleticism and guys dancing, and, you know, I always said that I probably would have been one of those,
Sure.
you know, lamplighters up there dancing away, because it's, you know, what I did. And so that was also a dream come true, to be able to do something like that on that scale. And, you know, led by Lin-Manuel Miranda
Sure.
and Emily Blunt. That was great.
Well, Lin-Manuel said in the behind-the-scene featurette that most times when he would do the stage stuff, that he never had that much prep time. And the way that you had that scene kind of developed, everything looked so natural with their
Yes.
choreography. Speaking of Lin-Manuel, what was it like collaborating with him? And did he like kind of help inform any of the choreography at all, or any of the music?
Well, I like to try and create the choreography, John DeLuca and myself, around the talent, you know, take advantage of their strengths. So, you know, we have something mapped out, but then we tailor make it to who we're working with. And that happened with Emily and with Meryl Streep and anybody that's dancing, you know, what do they do well? And so that's what we were looking for, and that's what we were working on. And I mean, there's nothing like working with actors who are in a way new to dance or new to music, and learning how to express yourself in that way, and that it's a continuation of the character.
Sure.
You know, it's not just sort of like a little production, you know, presentational number. It actually is a development of your character. And so, I don't know, I think because I'm a director choreographer, it doesn't sort of stop, the story doesn't stop when the numbers begin and then pick up again. It's like it's all part of it. And I think weaving that fabric of it all together is very helpful, I think, for the film, but also for the actors as well.
Well, you'll be collaborating with Lin again on Little Mermaid, which was actually my first Disney movie I've ever seen. I ever saw. How's that process going?
That's thrilling. I mean, we're just at the stage of writing it. And actually, David McGee, who wrote Mary Poppins Returns with us, and John DeLuca and myself, it's the same team. We're just starting to put it together and create, the story. I mean, you obviously have the incredible animated film, but a live action film's different.
Right, right, right.
It's a whole nother thing. So you have to work from that and create something. So we're at the writing stage, and there'll be some new songs and by Alan Menken and Lin-Manuel Miranda, which is thrilling. And
I can't wait.
so it's all in the works right now.
17 Cherry Tree Lane, down to the slight, every detail was there. When you first stepped on that set, what went through your head?
It was very moving to me, I have to say. It was sort of like, well, here it is, that thing that you've seen on screen for so many years. We're here in the middle of it, living it. And I think it was that way for everybody. I remember when I brought people onto the set to see it for the first time, I played music, so that when they came on, it was an emotional experience at the same time. And all of us felt, humbled to be there or grateful to be there and continue the legacy.
You said that the bar was set pretty high for you because it's Mary Poppins and so many people are protective of it.
Yes.
When you had Dick Van Dyke on set, can you talk to me about some of the emotions that were going through? Because I saw even you had a tough time saying the word cut when he finished his scene.
I did.
I had a tough time just watching that.
No, I did. Well, it was a dream come true to have him involved in this film. For him to touch this film, having come from the first film, all of that was just surreal. And but he brings with him such a sense of, joy and wonder and magic, just who he is, how he lives his life. It's the lesson of the film, about approaching your life from that place. And he's the embodiment of that. And I couldn't quite believe it was happening, I will say, for me. And he said to me as we walked onto the set, he said, I feel the same spirit on this set as I did on the first film. And that was the greatest compliment ever, because, that's what you hope to achieve. You hope to achieve that kind of place. And I felt it. I certainly felt it. And I couldn't believe that he felt it too.